Hi, I'm Utica, otherwise known as Ethan.
And I'm Twink.
And you're watching
The Stitch. Drag Race lost the Emmy, so I had to quit drag.
I'm gagged that they didn't get it. It was a good season.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think drag is really awesome and valid for other people. Today, I decided to take influence from the theme of this week's challenge, which is real client. And I decided what better time to be a real client than right now?
I would sell to you. I think if I was going to put you into something, it would just be
a microwave oven.
a microwave oven.
Oven.
My sentiments are always big, grand, and yours are just out of this world bananas. You're taking like a simple idea and blowing it up to like the highest degree it can. I think if we were to collaborate in that way, it would just be that strong idea and we would just make it as just insane as we can. I think you'd either be the most sickening oven on the block.
I guess I'm going to unquit drag now.
Yes,
because
baby.
drag is what? All over the world.
It's a phenomenon.
Speaking of all over the world, Yuchin is everywhere besides Project Runway because he was just eliminated.
Yes, we agree that he is like the front runner. Out of everybody in the cast, I think that he is the most established. His brand is like just clean, it's concise. Have you looked through his
yes
stuff?
And he has
amazing.
Clear perspective.
I think one of his most incredible pieces are his Godzilla pants.
Yes,
have you seen
so
these?
cool.
Oh my god, they're insane. I looked online, I was like, oh, I want these pants, and they're like $1,300.
Well, that's your sister.
And I'm like,
just
I
call
want
him.
these pants. Yuchin, please give me your pants. We're definitely gonna miss you on this here program.
You were the whole package. You were such a talented designer. You're such a sweet person, it seems like. I've heard rumors and whispers of you being darling.
I'm excited for what he's going to do next. I think that he is already in an amazing spot, and using the show as a jumping board, I think is going to make his Alien Ant brand even more powerful. So I'm stoked for you, Yuchin.
Heidi enters the runway, purse first,
and
announces this week's challenge. You have 5 ordinary, normal, everyday people to dress, and then outwalk 5 regulation hotties.
Hello. These are your muses. Thanks for being here.
They're gorgeous. Beautiful people.
Wouldn't it have been more fun if outwalk 4 beautiful models and someone's uncle? With a beer in a bag.
Christian!
Heidi announces that this week's challenge is the Real Client Challenge. You will be dressing people that struggle with eczema. But that's not all. It needs to be fashionable, comfortable, and also a jaw-dropping reveal. And I quote, jaw-dropping is what they say.
Yes. And it's not just a one challenge. This is like a hefty challenge. This is a 4-in-1 challenge.
It's a bit convolute, multi-layered.
Yeah, it's real client, eczema, going out, and reveal.
That's
a lot.
Also, it's a one-day challenge again. Has every episode been a one-day challenge?
All of them have been a one-day challenge.
Was there no budget this time around?
When you want to give all your best to a real client, you really need the time to do it. Hired models that come into the show, they get it. They know how to bend with all the crazy that happens. With real people, you really have to have a sentiment of no, really be careful. Make sure you don't hurt their feelings.
Yes.
Make sure that you're listening to them. Make sure that you are keeping in mind what they ask for, writing things down. It's more of a process than just designing a look and putting on a model.
So to choose which client is with which designer, Heidi pulls out her little bag. The pairings are Jaden and VJ, Rachel and Ethan, Jared and Jesus, Stephanie and Antonio, Jewel and Belania. I want to see today what teams we're on.
Okay, let's go. God, I hope I get it. How many people does he need?
How do I poop? How do I skeet? It's the one I wanted.
What is it?
Team Twink. Yes.
Oh, let's see how many options there are.
Oh, how many options are there?
Oh, one. Team Showstopper.
Team Showstopper.
I never want to see denim again.
Hold it up and smile.
You're stupid.
Yeah, really dumb.
This was the actual button that Rachel pulled out. I think someone went up and found the bag, and we stole them.
Crazy.
So I took it and I glued a magnet on it, and I use it, and I put it on my fridge.
So ingenuitive.
I really got really lucky with my model. Rachel is just so spitfire and fun and just like a sweetheart. Like, she loves to wear like cool stuff. So it's really cool. And thank you for choosing my button, Miss Rachel.
Now, this week's challenge is also sponsored by Lily. Did they give any gifts like the other sponsors? Any pills, any injectables?
I wish. I would love my face to freeze in this competition.
I mean,
With how much crazy is going on. No, I don't think that we
they didn't
got anything from them, no.
You know, perhaps their budget was a bit tight because of the $183 million they just had to pay in medical fraud this week.
You do your research.
Mm-hmm. And I say fuck to Big Pharma.
Big Pharma.
Yeah, we're woke on
That's
this
where I'm
channel. So to start off the challenge, you begin with consultations in the workroom. Again,
Yes.
I love this because it's like a real tactile thing that you'll actually do in the industry.
Yes, absolutely. And there's nothing that gives more pressure than a filmed consultation.
Not only are you trying to make them comfortable visually, but you're also on a TV show where it's your job to kind of like be cool with them and have fun and like what's the dynamic.
Seeing on this show, some of the other people are asking for very specific stuff.
Yes.
Me and Rachel, she's like, whatever you want. You know, with a real client, and just tell me what you want. Like,
Yes.
tell me, like, I feel like I can build mostly anything. So I'm like, but sometimes that can be a crux because like now it's so open-ended. You know, what do I do when there's so many options and they're just willing to do whatever? I have like a vague idea of what I want to do, but I think I really need to like go to mood, see what's available, and then just, you know, kind of plan it in my head when I go to mood.
VJ wants to highlight her model's natural charisma. Antonio wants to get his client laid, and Jesus wants to lay with his clients. What an interesting dynamic.
Gay guys!
I support gay guys. I think they should live.
I feel like there was a lot of pushback in queer expression, so it was a little bit of back and forth that I did find really annoying.
And it was a weird contrast because his whole storyline begins with Jesus and Jared try not to pounce on each other. I mean, they're on the tables like, your favorite color is purple? Fuck.
I'm gonna measure each ab, the distance and the width.
Yeah, exactly. Are you sure it's going to fit? I mean, your shirt, that is. Jewel tells Belania that she loves simple fabrics, no patterns, basic textiles. So when they head to Mood, Belania immediately runs to the silver metallic lame and tartan. What was the goal there? Did you ask her?
How do those two fabrics go together? How?
On the runway in a few minutes. To her credit, she did like specifically look for, what was it, like a double knit wool, which is apparently softer.
Very soft. Yeah.
I think it's interesting that an extra aspect of this challenge is finding the right texture for the skin. But as a viewer coming back from Mood, I don't feel like a lot of y'all really chose textiles that were that.
No.
And why
No, I
did
didn't.
you choose a beaded mesh?
Well, I had this idea in my head. I was like, okay, how can
where
I
ideas come from.
Baby, how can I artistically represent eczema?
That
You
makes
know?
sense.
You know, if this is an eczema challenge, I want to showcase that. If we are asked to do a challenge with people with this condition, how can I praise the skin? That was in my head. And so I came up with this idea of doing a geode. You know, the hard exterior, but there's beauty on the inside. I would find a way to make it comfortable, but still have that glamour. Like I got some extra materials to line it to make it beautiful and like whatnot. I really love and respect my model so much that I really want to like give her that going out, like that showstopper team energy. Christian is just not getting that energy. He's just seeing the crystals and being like, no.
Well, you're absolutely right, because Christian comes into the workroom and immediately you're only in the draping stage and he goes, this? No. And you immediately have to pivot.
There is a part of me that wants to like appease Christian and like, you know, he's the expert in the room, so I want to make sure.
Oh, wait.
the
Raise
expert
those? Okay.
in the room. He's offered me some moments that actually have been very helpful.
It's
so
true.
there is. I'm trying to really build trust with Christian, and we're like nearing the end, and so like I think that he is pushing me in a way that like is supposed to be helpful, but there's not a lot of time, and I have to really pivot hard if I am not going to do this look. Like, thankfully, I have a backup plan, and it comes out of nowhere.
A complete pivot.
Like
nothing to do with what you were just
no,
doing.
yes. I come up with a Rorschach, an ink blot. How can I represent the skin and how the patterns of eczema and psoriasis and these skin conditions, how can I make them beautiful? Of course, the geode was like, I was like, this would be so sickening. But like, if I can nail this ink blot and put my art on the stage, then I think that I will be able to do my model justice. I just start going at it on the floor, putting paint down, smashing it together, opening it up, and just hoping it works.
Okay, cool.
Yes, so I did
live for that.
I did one side, I folded it, and I pressed it with gloves.
Okay.
My gloves were porous. They're the only like gloves I could find. Just acrylic paint you can get at Mood. I got it as a backup just in case.
But every time I paint acrylic onto fabric, it flakes off. What am I doing wrong? Teach me.
I don't know really how it worked. I think it worked pretty great.
Love it.
And I used some spray paint for the gradient part of it. So I like held it back.
That makes
sense.
sense.
And I like made the gradient, and I did the little spitsy spurts.
Wait, me too.
Yeah. I did.
We kind of did the same thing.
Yes.
Kind of the exact same thing.
Little
we
thick
did.
up dirty old mommy.
Yeah, I smell crazy right now.
But I would also do the little spitsy spurtsy like method on a spray where you like half hold it. And
Yes.
it'll like
Textural.
Yeah. And I had to do it quick because I really wanted it to transfer, and spray paint dries so quickly.
Oh, sure.
So, I
So,
was
like spray and then
splat.
fold. Cool.
Yeah. So I was like,
Spray and fold. You've been doing that for years.
but I was, I like announced to everyone. I was like, hey guys, I'm so sorry. I don't have a place to work, so I'm just gonna do this here. It might get a little smelly.
Oh, you spray painted inside?
Yes.
Oh, you're kind of the villain of the season now.
Well,
I would have talked shit about you in confessionals.
I'm
sensitive.
when I had like there was a moment where they're like, hey, can you like go back there? And I was like, no, I don't have time. No. The production people,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
designers were all like busy, so
Yeah.
like we didn't really care. But people were
Passed
like,
out on the floor. They didn't mind. They were all napping.
yeah, and I was like, I don't care. It has to get done.
It's still day one, and in come the real clients to try on their outfits for the first time.
Yes.
First up is Jewel and Belania. Jewel is just grinning with her teeth grinding. She does not like her outfit. Unfortunately, she doesn't express it to Belania, I don't think, because she definitely is honest in confessionals.
You can't know what your client is thinking unless they tell you.
Yes,
You
and
know?
it's a new person in the workroom. You've been working nonstop every day for what, like a month now almost?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to like talk to a real person and be like, oh, what do trees look like? Do you like skirts? Like you guys are coming off very chill and normal.
Yeah.
What was the first fitting with Rachel like?
I was really nervous.
Totally.
Because when we talked about it earlier, I was going for the geode, and she loved that idea.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing a hard pivot, and I'm hoping that this resonates with her. Because what if she's like, no, I like the other one better.
Oh.
Meeting Rachel for the short amount of time that we had, I think that she will, resonate with this. She'll love it. I think I got a good gauge on who she is as a person. But
Totally.
in my heart, I was like, if she doesn't like this, I may have made a grave mistake, and there's not a lot of time to pivot again. So, and I can't go back to the original because Christian is going to come in there on his tiny, tiny, tiny horse.
He's going to go, doot, doot, doot.
And when she came in, I sat her down and I was like, okay, I want to let you know what happened in the workroom. And I had it all displayed on the floor, the design, and I was like, I'm going to describe to you what's happening. And I had to pivot because of A, B, and C. But I think that this could be really cool as well. And I just want to, toss it over to you to tell me what you think. Thankfully, she loved it. She was like, oh, I like this even better.
Rachel, we love you.
Yes.
You got a great client.
Yes.
She seems so like down to clown, which is
Yes.
exactly what you need.
Exactly. And I was
As a
like,
clown.
oh, uh-huh.
Oh, do that again. No more. Christian comes up to you and goes, it looks like a graduation dress. And basically asks you to pivot for a second time.
Yes.
And what pivot was that this time?
I am using all my backup fabric. I'm using some of the lining of the original. Like, I am pulling anything I can to get this look together. When he's telling me it looks like a graduation gown, I do agree.
Yeah.
But also, what am I going to do?
You have no other anything to change it.
Yeah, so I really have to think stylistically, because how can I make this not a graduation gown? I remember I was going to do sleeves, took that out to make sure it didn't look like a graduation gown.
Yeah.
And did an interesting collar, put a little waist, little band. I think I did what I could to try to not only appease Christian, but to make sure that it looked really good on the client. I was sewing literally the last minute. I did a strap on the mini dress underneath.
Yeah.
And I was sewing the hooks and eyes on, and I stabbed my finger really bad, with the little curved needle, 1/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch in my finger. And I was like, oh! And it's a white dress.
Oh, duh.
And I'm like, oh! I touched the shoulder of my model, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to yell. And she's like, oh. And I scream, medic! I need a Band-Aid now! I had my finger up like this, and I was sewing, and it was trickling down my arm. And I was guiding the blood down, and I'm like, oh my God. And I don't want it to drip on this dress. And I got it pulled, and I'm like, thank you so much. Go walk, have fun. I'm fine. But I'm going to go take care of this.
Heidi comes out on the runway, freshly oil spilled, and she announces this week's guest judges. Nikki Glazer. And also Harris Reed. Oh, that is a huge deal to me.
I love Harris Reed. And I love Nikki Glazer.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. That's big.
She was one of the funniest judges.
Well, I'd hope
obviously,
so.
but
she was a funny girl.
She was a funny girl.
She was pretty funny.
She was one of the most loved judges out of the whole competition. Aww. Just a joy.
Well, speaking of things that are beautifully effeminate, slaying it on the runway. Baby. Do you want to find out if we stitch it or ditch it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
First up, we have Antonio. It's amazing.
So there's this
great
slay
job
that occurred.
Yeah. 3-in-1. I don't know how he had time for all this.
He did a great job at pleasing the model. It does exactly what she wants, but also it stays in his realm. Yes. He's been on a roll.
Yeah, he's really getting his flowers. The overcoat.
The first one
with
is
the big sleeves. Yeah, it's great. It's a great cover up, and and you could wear all of these pieces separately.
I love that big button on the first one.
Yes.
It's like a doll.
Yes, the suit dress. Gorgeous with the little green up top.
So classy.
And then let's talk about the underdress.
That last dress
incredible.
I want to chew on it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So something that I think really succeeded with this look is the breast line.
I mean, she
perfect.
Gag it.
It's really good.
Hey, we love boobs over here. Shout out boobies.
I've been struggling with boobs in this competition, but
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Something I didn't know. I think that he sewed in one of the client's bras into this piece.
Oh, smart.
Which there's not strict rules against that in the competition, but I wish I would have known I could do that.
I think this look across the board, across all three, is impactful, but still not too loud, and the client seems so happy. So total stitch for me.
Total stitch. Yeah, it's a showstopper. It's incredible.
The smoke on the runway.
Yes. Also, the moon in the background.
The smoke. Wait.
It's a night look going out.
They love to pick and choose when they're like, we have budget.
We have a moon.
We have budget. We couldn't get you sandwiches today.
Yeah, I low-key thought it was offensive because the moon is what? Craters.
I was going to say that too. Or maybe it's the beauty of nature that
Yeah.
like we're all found everywhere.
The streets.
Do you think that the smoke on the runway could be abrasive to eczema? I feel like it could dry you out.
It could.
And now up on the runway, we have VJ. I think she did an amazing job at making her client feel comfortable and cool. Because the way he walks down the runway, he looks like a professional model. I love the jacket. I think it could use a bit more hardware, perhaps.
Yeah.
But bringing the leather into the pant was really smart and classed it up.
I think that the coat is really well made. The pants are well made. I think that she has a really good sentiment in puzzle piecing different fabrics together and still making them look chic.
That's a good point.
Yeah. If you're going to do the challenge, it needs to be a wow moment, and you cannot be revealing into a sweater. Or if it's like a sickening sweater, or there's a,
Yeah, it's just like a Christmas sweater. Like, oh, I'm comfy.
But I come from dragland, so reveals are a moment. This doesn't give me that at all. So I think it's a big miss in that area.
I would defend her more if the judges hadn't specifically said at the beginning, we're looking for a jaw-dropping reveal. That's a direct quote.
All of the designers just opened a coat. I opened a coat because I didn't have time, but at least I made it interesting. A reveal specifically takes a significant amount of time and rehearsal to get right. And like, you cannot do that in one day.
Definitely
It's
not.
like next to impossible to do a really what a reveal is in my world. To do that is really impressive in one day.
It seems like the judges decided that the most important part of this challenge wasn't the jaw-dropping reveal, but was instead how comfortable it made the model feel. And if I'm judging based off of that criteria, VJ completely nailed it. To me, it's a stitch.
I'm gonna ditch it because I don't think that the reveal is there, and I would feel like, coming from Dragland, that she did not do the reveal part, and that is part of the challenge. So no, I'm gonna ditch it. And now we have Belania.
It's like, it's Christmas time, and I have to go to the dance party, but then the gym later.
It's really confusing. I like the coat, but I think the coat is disserviced by this lame top that goes into a dress, and then we have a short.
I have a defense for it. Belania was genuinely trying to be so opposite with what was underneath the jacket.
I disagree. When the coat is on, you see this lame collar. The reveal has already happened when she hits the runway. At the beginning of the runway, you see the lame collar, and then it opens up, and it's like, wow, you've already seen it. You know, you see a drag queen on the stage, and she's performing, and you're like, oh, I see the look underneath.
I could defend it more if it wasn't for, if it wasn't for those shorts. The shorts, I really don't understand. And I really like Belania. As the president of the Belania fan club in this chair, it's very hard.
I wonder if it was just like a lame dress underneath, would it? And maybe a low cut dress so you don't see the lame at the start of the runway. Then it could have been like a moment. And maybe she tied some of that tartan into the look.
You walk to the end of the runway, drop it, just a lame dress, walk to the end. Then when she comes up to the judges, she tells them a story. This girl, she works in NYC. She's a dancer. She's cold, brr, 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 brr. And then she gets to the club. Here we are.
Exactly.
Just give it a narrative.
Yes. I know that it would be kind of on the skin, but if the whole coat was lined in the lame,
That'd be ugly. No.
I'm
leaning back.
I think the lame was not the best choice.
Big fan, but this is a ditch for me.
Yeah, I agree. And now we have yours truly,
Hey,
Ethan.
girl. Yeah, it's such a different moment than everyone else's, and it hits the core tenets of the challenge.
Yes, I think that to have my focus be artistically representing the skin, I think was a completely different take than all the other designers.
Yeah.
I need to applaud Rachel for serving it so hard on the runway. There are things that I would love to change about this look if I had more time.
Could use some big sleeves to graduate in.
Maybe. So I put bones into the look from the waist up. I wish I would have continued the bones all the way down the skirt to like have that like kind of seamless shape, but I was doing it so quickly that I just was like, no, I need to try to get the boobs to be supported.
It kind of rides up a bit. Like when I first saw it, I almost thought it was like a 2-dimensional panel on the front.
No, it's just like a simple one panel skirt.
Gotcha.
So I would have put more bones in it.
But I love that you did a mini dress in this.
Yes.
I think that really contrasts the big grandeur of that cloak.
In the workroom, it was longer, and I wanted it to be a little bit more like grand, more evening. And
You wanted that?
always.
No way.
And so Christian was like, "You're putting her in that? No, no." And so then I look at my model. I was like, "We're gonna cut it. Are you ready?" And she's like, "Okay." And I just went, cut it, short mini, and she was like, "Oh, I love it." If I would have like sewn in her bra to this look,
Yeah.
I think that would have alleviated a lot of like the boob awkwardness, especially on the sides.
It's tough because like the structure of the bodice is beautiful.
Yes.
The looseness up here is hard. I love though that you got the symmetry perfect on the skirt, like the front panel.
Yeah.
That like shows that this is done with intention.
Yes. So when I was painting the bottom, I started running out of paint. I included red
I was gonna ask where the
on
red
the
came
skirt. Yeah, so because I really was like big color change, boom, on the inside to amp it up. But I pulled over some other designers and I was like, does this look like blood? And it was getting mixed like, oh, I think it's fine. And so I was like, oh no. So I added black all on top and it gave this kind of like purpley burgundy moment. And then I did a gradient at the bottom to kind of make it a little bit more artistic.
Yeah,
but
I like that.
I remember just boldly going in with the red, and I was like, "Oh no, I think I fucked it up." The coat could use a little bit of finesse. I highly disagree with the judges in that they thought that the pattern should have been on the outside.
Yeah, because then what's the reveal?
That does not make any sense to me. It's a reveal challenge. So that critique makes no sense to me. If I was going to make this more commercially, the whole coat, all of it, that pattern, the whole thing, like, yeah, let's go for it. But for this challenge, it needed to be on the inside.
100%.
Needed to be.
To be a jaw-dropping moment like they asked for, it had to be hidden. I love the grandeur of the jacket. I want the lapels to be stronger. Yeah. Like if they came out more, if the tailoring of the cape was a bit more structured here on the collar, perhaps if there was even some kind of cap on the shoulder, I think it would contrast great with how structural the dress is.
Yes, agreed. If it just had that extra oomph and that little bit of finesse, absolutely.
This is still so impactful and individual. It's a toot. I mean, ew. I mean, we're not stealing that show. I mean, it's a stitch.
Yeah, I think I really created a moment on the stage, so I'm gonna stitch it.
And now we have Jesus.
Tonight on Dancing with the Stars.
Ha! As much as I ragged on everything, I like this look.
I really like the coat. I think it's fun. Like, I would wear that coat out. It's great.
I like the undershirt.
I am a fan of a high-waisted pant. So I would do a high-waisted pant and just, like tuck it in very Saint Laurent. I think that the tie on the side. No.
This is like, it's over his belly button.
No.
I want like that?
I think that would have made like a puffy shirt go
like
well
a contrast, like straight and
boom. That to me, I think would have gotten it right where it needed to be. This look, I don't see a reveal.
It's just as much not a reveal as practically every other look.
Yeah.
Besides Antonio.
I think that me and Antonio were the only ones that actually did like the reveal part of the challenge. I also think that these are not really a set. It's a sparkly jacket and then a costume.
I guess it does
underneath.
Costume.
You know what I mean?
I don't even have that much to say about it. It's kind of boring, and I feel bad because I wonder what Jesus would have been able to do not tied down to this.
I think that Jesus dumbed himself down a little bit, but he still was true to who he is by still making a sparkly jacket, putting the bedazzlement on there. I would argue that it is a little too bedazzled for the look, but I mean, it's a reveal, so I'm sure that in his head he's like, well, it's got to be jaw-dropping.
It's a ditch.
All right, anti-twink, what is your top stitch of the week?
Well, Miss Utica, my top stitch of the week has got to be Antonio.
I will agree. My top stitch is also Antonio.
Yeah.
A 3-1 in this amount of time is crazy.
And every
nailed
outfit
it.
was great.
Yeah.
Good job, Antonio.
Is at the top of his game at this episode.
Good storyline.
And great job.
Before we even hear from the judges, the most important thing is, are your clients happy? Stephanie, Jaden, and Rachel all love their outfits. In fact, I'd say they stitch it.
Mm-hmm.
But that leaves Jewel and Jared to ditch it. All the judges are raving about your look. They think it's really daring and does the challenge well. Rachel loves it. Then we get to Heidi.
She said it looked like a lab coat. It looked like a chemistry explosion. And, I think Heidi hates art.
She's anti-art.
She's anti-art.
That's it.
That's okay. It's not for everybody. Also, Rachel is a completely, different person who loves the work. It just seems strange to me that everybody across the board loved it. And then when it gets to Heidi, she toasts it. The critiquing and judging in this particular episode seems a little bananas to me.
The top two is Antonio and VJ, which leaves you, Jesus, and Belania in the bottom three.
Yes.
I agree with Antonio and VJ being in the top, actually. But I don't see any reason why they couldn't have put you in the top as well. Because it's another week in a row of you being placed in the bottom, basically just because why not? There wasn't enough space.
I think I should have been in the top because me and Antonio were the ones that nailed the brief. I mean, if my challenge is to make things a little bit more accessible and easy, I can do that. But that's not why I'm there. Well, no, but that's not why I'm there. I'm there to really give them a moment. And I think that I'm doing myself justice, but there is something to be said about maybe me not bending to what they want all the time. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to be true to myself, true to my work, and really put my best foot forward. I'm not going to feel good about the work unless I give them the moment that I know that I'm proud of. And girl up, I'm playing a strong game of baseball, so I'm going to swing real hard. So I'll take it.
That metaphor came out of nowhere. You are saved because they're like, girl, it wasn't bad. Come over here. We just wanted to be mean to you for a second. Oh, gotcha. And the bottom two is Jesus and Belania.
Which is gaggy because they have been consistently in the top most of the time.
Jesus, this is his first time even close to the bottom, right?
Yes. I know he's gagged.
Well, unfortunately, they are both sent home. And nobody was more gagged than Detox.
You're both out. All
Tonight?
right, next episode.
You're both out.
What the...
She's a witch. She's a witch.
We love you, Detox. All I have to say is gag, gag, gag. And how many gags is that?
3.
Like the top 3.
I made the top 3.
This is actually sickening.
Yeah.
You're a finalist.
Thank you. I'm really proud of myself. And yeah, it feels good. I've been putting in a lot of good work on this show. So I'm glad it's paying off.
There are only 2 more episodes of Project Runway.
Yes.
So make sure to tune in tomorrow on Freeform to see episode 9. And don't forget to see us on Wednesday when we find out
What's the stitch?
Utica, until then, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram and all the socials at Queen Utica. And you can find Twinktrash on, again, all the socials and all the YouTubes on the Instagram. She's putting in some sickening work on this show, making us sound great, look great, not smell great. But you've been doing a good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
This is cunty.
I
I love doing this with you.
I love doing it with you too. We can't wait to see you next time where we find out
What's the stitch? See you next time. You got me pooping, farting, sharting.
pooping.
That's all I got.
Those are all the things you've got me doing.